Oh, hi there. I'm Playalives. Would you like to see more of me? Well, that's too bad because it's not a Playalives video. Just thinking about Nostalgic Dan? You're lucky you get to see Nostalgic Dan in about 5 seconds. I'm Playalives. Let's see a naked Nostalgic Dan. Bye.
Thank you for that intro, Playlist. If you don't know who Playlist is, you should definitely check out his channel, and he's become famous in the gaming community for his nude update videos. And yeah, you heard that right, he does nude update videos. And they're flagged, so sorry, but you gotta be 18 plus to watch them. And they're age restricted, but definitely check out his channel. I'll put the link in the description. He's a cool guy, definitely check him out. But I'm here with a new recent pickups video, and I've got a decent chunk of games, a lot of quality stuff, and we're just going to jump straight into it. So we got some DS games, and I picked up 2. So it's been a while since I bought some new DS games, and the first one I got for really cheap, and I remember back in the day I saw the cover for this game, and I was always like, what kind of game is that? Like, for the longest time I always thought it was like some sort of dating game, but like once I saw YouTubers start to like talk about it and like other people talk about it, and I found out it's not a dating game, it's completely opposite, but that is Field of Magic XY and XX by Sega. I got this for $2.50. It's in great condition. $2.50. I'm not complaining too much, but essentially this is a party game. Like, it's just a mini game, party game, compilation type deal. And you just use like the mechanics of the DS, like touchscreen and like the microphone, and you just do mini games. So for $2.50, I'm definitely gonna check out Field of Magic. And next we have a DS game I've been on the hunt for quite a while. I've been waiting for a great price on it. It's hard to find a good price for this game, and this game is extremely hard to come by. But I found a just mint copy of Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth Remix on the DS. This is Akia's Games here. And essentially this is a remake of Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth on the PlayStation 1. That game was published by Atlas, and this is, Akia's, so this is a reimagining. It's been, a little bit adjusted, but for the most part it just seems like more of a port of it. Like, I think they changed some of the animation or something, but essentially it's just a reimagining of that Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth on PlayStation 1. If you don't know what Hoshigami is, it's a strategy RPG game, so, like a tactics game, and it takes place on a grid like that. This game is extremely hard to find, but I found a mint copy for $10 complete, so really happy to have this. I want to play it sometime soon. Okay, and next we got some PSP games, and I've been trying to build a PSP collection lately since I got it. I love the PSP. It just reminds me of like the DS, where there's just tons of quirky niche titles on there. It's just a fun system to collect for. It covers a wide range of stuff, so I really enjoy the PSP. But first off, we're going to start off with a recently released RPG that was released on the same date as Uncharted 3. And not a whole lot of people bought this, but I'm one of the ones. That is Fate Extra on the PSP. And I did get the limited edition right here. Comes with the art book and soundtrack CD. Very beautiful art book. It did come with some extra if you pre-order it from GameStop, but sometimes it's questionable pre-ordering from GameStop, and I'm not stressing over it too much. I'd probably look at that thing once and never look at it again. But essentially, Fate Extra, this is part of, like, inspired by the Fate Stay Night universe. Like, and Fate Stay Night is an anime, and this is the first like Fate Stay Night type game to make it stateside for a physical copy. And it was brought to us by Akia's Games, so happy about that. And if you don't know what this is, it's actually a dungeon crawler RPG. Some people have been calling it like a Persona clone, but it definitely takes inspiration from Persona. It's pretty obvious, but it is what it is. Don't call it a knockoff. It's because it does it in its own way. It's good. But yeah, I do get vibes of like Persona, because like you're a teenager, you choose your character, male or female, and like during the day, like day to evening, like you're wandering through the high school and you're just like going to different places, classrooms and whatnot, talking to people, and it takes place in the classroom. And then when you get to nighttime, you go into the arenas, as they call them, and do some dungeon crawling. Now, the really interesting thing about this game is it's got a really, really, really unique battle system that's never been really done before. But it's a really unique battle system. It's like I call it like a rock, paper, scissors style battle system. Anyone who's played this knows what I mean, where, you got three main, like, attacks, or you got three main, like, things you can do. And, like, kind of like rock, paper, scissors, one is effective against another, but ineffective against another. So you got attack, break, and guard. So attack is effective against break is effective against guard, and guard is effective against attack. So the way it works is, like, say I choose to guard, and the enemy attacks, I'll like block it and counter it and counter attack back. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, that's not really a fair battle system. It's more just like a guessing game. But the way it works is the more you fight an enemy, you pick up intel on them, and the more intel you have, it'll start to display the enemy's moves, like what they're gonna do. So say you fought like enemies so much that like, and then like over time it'll show you probably like the whole grid, and you can just finish those battles real quick. But like the Face Day Night type games, you take control of a master, and your master has control over his servant, and these are like some of the servants. So you don't do the fighting; the servants do the fighting for you, and standard RPG, equip different weapons and find stuff. Like it's a tournament. It's like a survival of the fittest tournament. It's called the Holy Grail War, where it's a tournament, and like you're pitted up against elimination battles, and the elimination battles are separated by like 7 days. So like prior to the elimination battle, there's stuff you need to do in order to fight the elimination battle. Like they have triggers that they call them, and you have to find triggers in order to battle. You find those by going into the arena, and you can find lots of stuff in the arena and just like kind of level grind and whatnot. But really fun. Like I enjoyed it. It's a good dungeon crawler. If you like dungeon crawler RPGs, I think this is a decent one. So definitely check it out. And next, we got some actually quirky puzzle type games. These next two come from the same developer actually. But first we got Every Extend Extra on the PSP by Q Entertainment. I picked this up for like, I think it was like $3. But essentially what this is like a puzzle game with like explosions. Like you gotta time your explosions correctly to like trigger reactions, like large reactions. Really bizarre, and it's like I like the style of it, but it's a really hard game to try and get into. I still need to play it some more. But from Q Entertainment. So if you like those kind of like quirky puzzle games. Next is a puzzle game I really, really like. I had played it before, but now I finally own a like physical copy of it. That's Lumines 2 by Q Entertainment again. And I picked this up for like $3 as well. And Lumines 2 is just like a puzzle game where you have like these blocks that are like 2x2 and they fall, and they have different colors, so you match them up by like you build a 2x2 square of the same color to get rid of them, but you have a line that's going across the grid and it deletes like all the blocks like that. So you can use that like line mechanic to trigger some chain reactions and whatnot. I love this game. I remember back in the day when I got my 360, I had like a trial for Lumines Live, and I remember playing that. I used to play it so much, but the trial would only let you go to a few levels. But yeah, I love Lumines. I'm actually pretty good at it, but Lumines, awesome puzzle game. It's got awesome music too, and the backgrounds are really trippy, and it's really awesome puzzle game. Definitely check it out. It's really cheap, so definitely check it out for puzzle fans. And next is a PSP game I haven't played, but it's a really bizarre and interesting kind of puzzle game. And that is PQ, Practical Intelligence Quotient. This was done by D3 and Now Pro, but PQ is a bizarre puzzle game. I haven't played it yet, but I picked it up for like $3. As you can see there, like it's like a 3D puzzle game. Like you take control of like 3D space and solve puzzles, and I guess you get like almost like kind of like a IQ test type thing. But I looked up reviews on it, and it got some decent ratings. So I was intrigued by these games when I saw them. So for $3, I was gonna check out the first one. There actually is a sequel to it, strangely enough. And I think we're gonna stop there for this first part. I really didn't want it to become a two-parter, but recently a lot of like I had like eight, I think it was like 8 games come in this week. It's like just 8 games alone. But you know, we're just gonna separate it because I know some people don't like to watch like really long videos. Like when they see a 20-minute video pop up in their thing, they're like, whoa. But this would be a two-parter. I guess you could consider this the handheld part. So next we're going to check out the console stuff. So thank you for watching. Part 2 should be up pretty fairly quick. You know, I post the parts as video responses, so hopefully you see it below. So thank you for watching part 1, the handheld edition, and I'll see you guys in part 2. Later.